Hey, welcome back to the channel, Hanging with the Brants. So we're here to give you another update, and I'm going to go ahead and let her jump into it. So, what's it about? What's the update?
Well, I've been calling around since the last flop of a doctor. Not that he's a flop, it's just the procedure that I don't want. So I'm just saying he might be a great doctor. It's not the method that I want done.
And he could have told us that on the phone.
And they could have told us that.
Anyway,
moving forward, I have called several doctors. One of them was like, they wanted to not only do mesh, but they wanted to do 365-degree mesh. I was like, what the heck is that? And they were like, we're going to put it all around your body, and don't worry, it's not internal. And I was like, well, where is it? And they're like, in between like your fat and muscle. I was like, isn't that inside of me? Yeah, but it's not internally inside you. And I was like, well, that is inside of me. Anyway, so minus that.
What about the next doctor?
And then I called
the Arizona one.
Oh yeah, the Arizona one, which I won't give specifics on where, but he was gonna, at the very minimum, cost $55,000.
But no
out
mesh.
of pocket.
No mesh though.
No mesh. So whenever I heard that, I was like seriously disappointed because I found somebody in California that could also do it no mesh, but it was gonna be $30,000. So then I had this like looming, I could have insurance pay for it through this other guy, but it's not gonna be the right method, or I can have to pay out of my pocket $30,000 or $55,000 so far from the people that I could find, or locally I was finding doctors who offered the mesh, or they didn't want to deal with the diastasis, or they would fix through an abdominoplasty the muscles, but then they didn't want to do the hernia side of it. There was a lot of different things that since the last time I went to the doctor, I've just talked to a lot of people. But through prayer, and I'd been asking a lot of my friends to be praying and that God would open up doors. Brandon has been praying literally any time that we sit down to pray or do things. He has been asking God to guide us and to open the doors. Randomly, I just decided to type in whatever into Google that I did. I did it differently after like 100 times of typing it in and trying to find a surgeon.
Because you've only been looking for a surgeon for maybe the last 2 months.
Yeah, it's been at least 3 months. Actually, I think it's been 4.
It's been a while.
Anyway, I've been researching, and after like calling like 40 or 50 different surgeons, we've seen 2 in person, but I've called a ton. I finally called this one yesterday, but it was at 4:56 p.m. and they closed at 5. And
4 minutes to spare.
Yeah, 4 minutes, and
with a screaming child.
The receptionist was being kind and was like, maybe we should just talk to you tomorrow morning. And I was like, yeah, I'll just call back tomorrow. Well, me having 5 children and still recovering from prego brain, because I'm only almost 6 months postpartum, I didn't even think to call him.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't call him back. And I randomly we were cleaning and doing things around the house and folding laundry, like I was away from my phone, but I heard this like vibration, like your cell phone's going off, sort of.
She never leaves her phone on that.
Never.
It's always on vibrate.
And so I randomly heard it and I seen it, and so I answered it, and it was this doctor's office, and it was the nurse calling me to answer some of my questions. And when I asked her all of my list of questions, is he going to do an interrupted stitch on my muscles? Yes. Is he going to use mesh? No. But if the hernia is severe enough, he would take insurance and work that part off of it. And she was like, and that would lessen the amount of anesthesia if I needed it. And he would pull in another doctor if he needed to. But generally, she said, if the hernia is not so bad, just the diastasis, and I do have a minimal hernia, he would take care of everything completely right there. And it was only, she said, in the ballpark of $8,000 to $10,000, which is significantly less. And it's everything that we've been praying for. And I mean, it's just, I'm praying that this is the right doctor. His credentials look good. His reviews look good. They were super kind. She answered all of my questions. She didn't laugh at me for asking questions, and she just seemed super nice. Yeah. It just seemed like, and they called me back. Like, they literally called me. I didn't even think about it. Like, and the day before, she was telling me to call her back, and they called me. It's still going to be about a 15 hour drive for us to get there. But, and I'm not trying to say exactly where because I don't know yet if I want to reveal that or not until we decide on who it is. And maybe if someone were to personally message me after the fact, I would give that out. But as of right now, just knowing that there is a surgeon and he is, at least from what it seems and appears in one phone conversation, on board with the things that I'm really wanting to have done, and understands that I'm seeking muscle repair functionality in my abdomen, and that's the first and foremost thing. Obviously, I don't want someone to go in there and like butcher everything either.
Jumbo.
But
that's what this piece.
Yeah, we're not trying to do all that. I still want them to be a skilled surgeon, but my main focus is them being a skilled surgeon with diastasis recti separation, especially since it's severe. And so,
which
yeah.
I remember you saying that this surgeon's the only one besides the general surgeon, but out of all the plastics, that this is the one that's asked for the CD of your CAT scan.
Yeah, so this nurse was the only one out of, I don't even know how many surgeons I've called, minus the general surgeons that worked at a hospital. This is, like he said, only plastics surgeon, but he is double or triple board certified, and he was chief at the main hospital when he was doing all of his stuff. So I'd imagine that they do things a little differently. She does want me to send my CT down there, which makes me feel a little bit more confident in, if he sees how severe it is, if he can't do it, maybe they would tell me that. And we would have to probably look into things further. But at this point, I'm really, really hopeful. It's some of the best news that I've gotten so far. Again, I tried to be very clear because I feel like I was clear the last time and that was a flop. But yeah. I don't know that I was talking to his nurse. I think I was talking to like the receptionist people or something. And maybe it was the nurse. This was his nurse this time. I asked specifically for the nurse. I asked for questions and I was very clear and concise on what I wanted. So I'm really, really praying that this is exactly who God is leading us to do the surgery. And if he is the one, I pray that God shows us that, you know.
With the BMI you're good with, he'll do it before the year postpartum, which is good. So you just have to be 3 months
post over breastfeeding. So I just ended breastfeeding,
and that was a journey in itself.
3 or 4 days. Yeah, it's taken a month and a half to end, and that was hard on me because
that can be another video.
Yeah, I'll just get into that.
We'll update you on another video. But we'll know more about this surgeon in about a month, because it was about a month out. So in about a month, we'll know more. We'll be able to ask more questions there face to face, which I found really interesting, that they actually allot an hour time frame for you guys to talk and figure out the questions that you want to ask, and he'll spend an hour with her, or us, discussing the procedure and everything that needs to be done. It's pretty awesome, because the other doctor was like, get in, get out, be done.
Yeah, he didn't really like that I asked questions. He didn't... Not that he was, like, outwardly aggressively mean or anything. His demeanor was calm. Just in how he said things, you could tell he didn't want us asking too many questions. Like, why would you question
my stitch?
Well, his knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's just because I'm looking for something specific, and I think, you know, a part of having a doctor-patient relationship is that it goes both ways. Like, the patient should be heard, but also the doctor should be. And I'm not saying that he isn't a skilled surgeon, the one that we went to before, but he's skilled in something that I'm not looking for.
Yeah.
So,
but anyways, we'll know more about a month. So,
yeah, a little over a month.
Yeah.
But please comment below if you have any tips, or if you have went through any of this, or if you have any questions on who I'm seeing, what I'm doing. I am also working on losing weight, which we'll do more videos on.
Yeah.
But that's just a big part of, you know, I just had a baby, and I'm trying to have surgery, so I'm trying to make sure my body's in the best health, while also being aware that I can't really work out.
No, not really.
I mean, I can do some things, but I just can't do what most people can do. So it's mainly all diet.
Yeah.
So we'll get into more of that at another things. Yeah. But those are kind of the updates. We have a promising prospect of a surgeon.
Which is awesome. And it's not going to cost an arm and a leg. So.
And he checks box all of my list of wants and needs so far. And it's not too far away. I mean, 14 hours isn't that bad.
Yeah, compared to 4 states away.
4 or 5, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, well, we're just happy to be able to give this update, and we'll check back in probably before the month update with other things.
Yeah. So just make sure you hit the like button, and like you said, comment below, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that little subscribe, and then that little bell notification beside it. That way you know when we do post more videos. That way you can be watching. Well, even if you're not watching for the new videos, that little notification bell, it'll let you know. So,
yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this video interesting, or it's helped you figure out some things. So, we'll talk to you guys later, and you guys have a wonderful and blessed day.